Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 149 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. In the last part, we were finishing off some little strands of the Forgotten Sanctum DLC stuff, and well, I figured out where one of our items were. Now we need to find and examine Heldir's Horn. Found it. Now the reason I know that that was there is because I was interested in trying. I looked up some stuff because I honestly couldn't find it, and it turns out it's in our fucking inventory. So her items got a slightly bit better, and now she needs to empower 5 abilities, which we can do right now actually. One. Go. 2. And yes, I am doing this in a way that like speeds it up, so we don't have to mess about. Right, we're all gonna rest. Oh, we can only wait here. Wait, let's move to the Temple of Revelation. We should be able to rest there. We can only wait here, which is not exactly the. We need to be able to rest, so let's do that. Actually, first things first, I should make sure this is actually working. Because if it's not working, there's no fucking point in doing it. I may as well wait to actually do it in a proper battle. And then if Ealing comes over you, you realise your pack is quivering gently but insistently. Oh god, it's the egg. As you rummage for your pack, your hands brush against what feels like a moist eggshell, still warm from the departure of their erstwhile occupant. Among a gear, an eyeball slowly opens, then another, then another, then another. Something pokes its head out and opens its tiny jaw, revealing a row of pointed teeth. It lets out a triumphant chirp. Regains retina. Oh god, that's disgusting. I mean, if you can hunt rats, you're welcome to board submarine. The creature runs its tongue across its teeth. It chirps again before diving back into the warmth and safety of your pack.
Hey, it's looking at me. And also at you.
What a fancy little gentleman. Can we dress it up? Oh, I wonder what it eats.
Maya coos down the mouth of your pack while Azishi quietly pouts at her heels.
Happy to oblige.
Okay, if you like that weird ass fucking... Wait. First things first.
Yeah?
Did that work? Fuck, it did as well. I did not think it would be that easy to game. Are we seriously running out of polo nuts? So... Whatever the fuck they are, where are they? Yep, means we now need to give... Well, fuck you, can't eat kiff meat. Right. And one last one. Be missed by 25 enemies, right? That one, yeah, we can't mess about with. So,
all right.
At this point, it looks like we need to leave the sanctum, and yeah. No, wait, we still need to talk to Lengra. Let's go do that, because we may as well we need to get this DLC over and done with.
I'm led to understand you've sent those poor souls in the collections on to their next lives. Tane's intention to send them into the world stuffed with memories not their own was cruel and dangerous. You've done a merciful thing. I hope you'll sleep well knowing that.
I came across this in the archives. Do you know what it is?
What a curious tome. May I see it?
Brows drawn, she inspects the book in your hand. A strange expression crosses her face, like she just remembered she left her hearth burning. That depends. Will you give it back?
Of course. I've too many books as it is.
I'm serious.
So am I. You should see my study. Stacks of books on every surface. Yet I can't seem to stop acquiring more.
I think I'll hold it to myself, thanks.
Fine, if you want to be a child about it.
She looks about to turn away in a huff, but something, maybe whatever piqued her interest before, gives her pause.
It has an arcane energy that calls to me. I don't know how else to explain it. If you find more, I'd like to see them.
So I found this in the archives.
What's this? A journal?
She peers closely at the book in your hands. The longer she stares, the wider her eyes go.
I sense a wisp of essence. wriggling within like a worm in an apple's core. It's familiar somehow. I've just had a distressing thought. Could it be that a shard of the essence of my mentor, of his memories, is held captive in this book? This may explain.
She looks past you, eyes unfocused, thinking, well, don't keep me in suspense.
I suppose it won't hurt to tell you. After all, I can always kill you if you become a nuisance. Lengrath is more than a title. It's a communion going back to the first Lengrath. Well, it used to be. It hasn't been for some time. This must be why.
She taps the cover of the
Or
book.
their agents must have stolen the memories of the first Lengrath and stored them here, in this accursed library. To what end? I shudder to imagine.
What will you give me for it?
I've a special grimoire for you.
Her smile takes on a feral edge. Yeah, go on then. She lifts the tome from your hand gingerly, as if afraid she might damage it. A wide smile grows across her face, and she lets out a small, choked laugh.
I know they're little more than trinkets after the gift you've given me. But please, take these.
She unholsters a thick book from her hip and passes it to you with a small pile of scrolls. When you take the book, she carefully hefts the collected annals of Lengrath again and hugs it close. And that's everything in the Forgotten Sanctum.
I do hope you didn't breathe in any of those Very well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get out of here. No reason to be here anymore if we don't, we don't need to be. Let's get ourselves off to, Ukaizo, I believe it is. I think it's time we did the last mission. Come on, loading screen. Don't take that fucking long. Thank you. Alright, to the submarine. I've got to fuck up right off before I get before this. Right, food-wise, what can we take out of here? I'll take that out. That out. That out. That out. We'll just take everything useful out. And now we'll get we'll get ourselves to Ukaizo. Ukaizo's all the way in the north, so let's go see what's up there. I'm very interested about the end of the game, to be honest, because it's going to feel nice to have this game done, but at the same time, it's also going to be really cool to get the to see the ending. Okay, we're over halfway there. Good. The good thing is it's not taking long to get up there, so that's, making life a little bit easier. There is plenty of ocean to sail and many lands to explore, but what lies ahead of you dwarfs them all. Should you choose to stay long, you suspect there will be no return, not to the Deadfire you've come to know. Continue forward. You set course through the channel and into the uncharted turbulent seas. Ondra's mortar rages on the horizon, a vast wall of roiling clouds and rain, punctuated by the silver flicker of lightning. The wind pushes against you, as if to ward whatever lies beyond from submarine's approach. Submarine leaves the fleet, crashing through the turbulent waters like an axe through armor. God's alive, Bodil mutters, staring up at the storm. Eldengrim blinks at the blackening sky. Knew an old salt once who claimed the moor toward the edge of the world. I called him a fool. Now, though, the navigator's head shakes sadly, and now I ain't so certain. Head bowed slyly, Elder smiled. Today is a good day, as any, to learn what the gods have in store for us. Shit, Captain, one of the ants cries. Hostile vessels inbound to forward port. With a shake of the head, Bodil admits a grim chuckle. Suppose it'd be too much to ask to be alone come here, let alone out here. The inverted crown flies atop the mast of motley Principe fleet, along with a dozen other pennants and colours representing a dozen different pirate lords and ladies. Their shanties are audible even against the storm. The approaching fleet number at least as many ships as your own, and maybe more. Bodil frowns against the wind. The fleet's turning, Captain, setting their gun ports against the enemy. Waving her hat overhead, Tulek Longfrost whoops eagerly, fires some god's damned excitement. The hands look to you from their stations. Bodil's eyes hold yours. The crew stands ready. What are the orders, captains? I must study the enemy. The Patrick pirate fleet charges aggressively towards you. Its ships are ragtag migrants of flashy galleons and sleek dhows, stolen junks and mercenary sloops. You count 30 vessels, give or take, and inspect the fleet. The Royal Deadfire Company dispatched over a dozen ships to pursue your cause, each a veritable masterwork of wood and metal, heavily armed and armoured. Soldiers stand at attention on each junk, their rifles at their soldiers' shoulders, while 100 bronze cannons gleam from within the ship's gun ports. The warships, each sleek junk boasting a panoply of long-barreled cannons, follow close behind. Look over your companions. Adir puffs on his pipe as he observes the enemy fleet from end to end. After taking a full account of the array of ships, he ashes his pipe, puts it away, and looks to you with a cheerful smile. Alof is paging through his grimoire, a look of calm concentration on his face. He meets your eye and smiles faintly. Mai holds out her arm for Azisha. He flutters up to her perch and nuzzles her cheek. She scratches under his feathers where he seems to enjoy it most. They share a locked gaze where something unspoken passes between them, something loving, duty-bound, and final. Then she turns to you and nods, resolute in facing whatever comes next. Jyoti raises her lantern before her like a shield of light. It flares once brightly in response, and she nods to you ready. Despite her bravado, you notice a slight trembling in her hand. The cage of her lantern rattles as Jyoti waits for the final battle to begin. She glances nervously to Adir, who returns her reassuring half-smile. All hands on battle stations. We're joining the fray. The deck reverberates as cannon fire erupts from enemy and ally alike, filling the air with hot, hissing metal and blanks of thick, grey smoke. Bodil gasps your arm and thrusts a finger out towards sea. They're coming for us, full sail with the wind at their back. A lumbering dhow, decked with a medley of colourful flags and bristling with cannons, bears down on you at high speed. The battle-scarred Principe crew shout across the gaps, waving cutlasses and spitting ale over the railing. At the helm, the distinctive wink of a gold tooth reflects either the captain's triumphant smile or savage grimace. You can't tell which is worse. All bring us about, all hands prepare for combat. I'll fucking stab these cunts with my own fucking things if I have to. Oh, we're doing this, right. Well then, transport. I'm gonna, hold position. Fire my cannons. 81%. Range and turn. Fuck it. Fire anyway. I like to see. Gonna give no quarter in charge. Because apparently you can just instantly end the fight if you do that, which is quite funny in my opinion. To be fair, I don't think it doesn't really matter which way we do this. We're going to win. I feel like stabbing them to death is probably the best way to do it. Let me guess, you're going to all be really, really fucking easy in comparison to what we've been up against recently. I'm just going to let my guys fight. I'm not getting involved. There's no reason to.
Another for the queen.
And for some reason, I've got way more health than I should have. The AI doesn't know how to use my character at all. Well, that hurt. Bit rude, mate.
Killing someone? Please. A little something for you.
Yeah, it wasn't very hard at all. Well, this is on mine now. Let's go. Let's see what's next. The rumble of cannons provides a steady percussive accompaniment to the choral of screams of the dying. The deck pitches and rolls with the twisting of the sea, and smoke drifts lazily across the choppy waves. Ondra's Moor churns to the east, the shifting clouds and shimmering currents of rain hypnotic. Something fixes you a frown. Ain't over yet, Captain. The mate gestures out across the water. A pair of colossal galleons flank Hazanui carries armored junk as the mercenary ships close onto your ally. They pound the smaller vessels with repeated rounds of cannon fire. Corsairs wave heavy clubs from the galleon's decks, impatient to board the junk. Captain, the Hazanui is about to be overwhelmed. Maya grips the railings and looks to you. The ogres possess an overwhelming advantage, and submarines are only other ship near. Without intervention, the fleet's commander stands no chance. Yeah, bring us about. We'll take out one of those galleons. With a grim nod, your mate snapped to the task. Spins on his heels and calls to the cannoneers. Submarine turns, barreling towards the overcrewed galleons in the hopes of offering your allies a reprieve. Fuck these guys up. Giving a core charge. I don't like that they've added that button in because it's made those very, very simple because we're over leveled, so we're just gonna stab them to death anyway. So to be honest, it's yeah, may as well just fucking kill them. You can have as many fucking ogres as you want, you ain't gonna fucking beat me. Right, I'm gonna control me this time. A weird question is, can I save the game? I can save the game. Nope, you can't save when in combat. I fucking knew it.
The queen awaits you.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to do this fight then, see if we can save afterwards. We probably will be able to, so let's not worry.
Hey, watch it with that. Catch.
Ogre cutthroat, you can think you're a cutthroat all you want. You ain't big, mate. Oh no, some of these guys think themselves higher level than me, which is quite funny. Do we have a fucking... Oh yeah, we do. We have a There she is. That's our yeah, she is at the sight of the comrades, their hearts grew bold. Share coins with the crew even though we didn't need to, because I'm a fucking nice guy. The rising winds do nothing to clear the obscuring haze of choking smoke. Popping gunfire punctuates the Tipani roll of cannons, and the shouts of desperate sailors vie with the screams of the dying. Enemy and ally alike disappear into this morass, which grows from within, illuminated by burning wrecks. A ship looms out of the darkness of the port, and its crew call warnings in a desperate attempt to avoid a collision. They fail as submarine heaves as the enemy vessel slides along its broadside. Another craft appears directly ahead with no room for a maneuver. A submarine grinds up against it, sandwiched between the two enemy ships. You're trapped. Sigram were being boarded off calls. Pouring out of the haze, pirates swing from the rigging and leap from the deck, screaming their loathing for you. I didn't realise I'd pissed off this many people, but hey, good to know. If I pause quick enough, will I be able to get a save in? We'll see. I doubt it, but we're gonna fucking try. The answer is most certainly a no. Let's just get these fuckers killed because...
Yes?
Well, if I want to fucking save, I need to get through this area.
Good.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Ain't you got the decency to die?
Holy fuck, these guys are just... They're dying like fucking vermin. Nothing is... like, they're just dying.
Are you...
I don't think I can pull that off.
Apparently we're just like... Our guys are failing to get around my men. Or failing to get around me. I like how this one guy who's a higher level than us is causing a problem.
This one's reaching on my area.
Fucking give up with that pistol here.
This one's mine.
There we go.
Serious.
Holy fuck, you guys are actually dying. The fuck?
This is futile.
When did we turn out to be shit?
I
We have fought harder fucking enemies than this.
Too slow.
Watch my...
You people upset me. Fucking disgust me. My own guy is being shit.
Little something for you. This one's mine.
Hey, Captain. Catler. Turns out you're dead. Damn it! I just want to save! Submarine limps away from the broken wrecks gathered behind and breaks free of the bank of smoke. In the distance, Andra's mortar rages, nothing between you and your goal. To aft, the Principe San Praterra lies scattered and broken, the remaining pirate vessels fleeing west towards Migrant's Teeth and dunnage beyond. Berto claps you on the back. We did it, Captain. The Captain did it, more like, little Lucia says, wiping away sweat and soot with a rag. We were just along for the ride. Two-Leg Longfrost chuckles, but glances towards Andra's mortar. Not that we're out of this yet. Still, Bottle shouts, 3 cheers for the Captain. 3 cheers for Submarine. The crew shouts, hollers, howls, and whoops. Cheers collapse into cries of horror as the surface of the water explodes upward, tearing a nearby ship in half and throwing sailors screaming into the abyss. Or see, a creature rises from the wreckage, a monstrosity of slick adra and gleaming metal. Falling to hands and knees, Grim Cauldron prays to any gods that will listen, Guana and Nwithan, from Andra to Rikuru, as a metallic monstrosity unleashes a beam of amethyst light that shears a second ship in two. Berto places a hand on your shoulder. We've had the god's own luck getting us this far. Submarine don't stand a chance against whatever that is. Our only hope is the storm. Captain, we can't let that thing near the fleet. Maya turns a panicked look to you. We've got to help them, whatever the cost. The surface of the water bulges, then bursts, and with roar, the crash of the surf, a dragon explodes with water. The familiar scaled form of Sahelanthropus sweeps low, wings outstretched just above the white-tipped waves before spraying its briny breath over the metallic monster. The monstrosity turns out on the sea dragon, and then they slam into each other, tearing at each other with tooth and fang. Essence pours off the pair as they pound one another with their abilities at point blank. Lucia gapes. Sweet Merv's Andre, I was not expecting that. Mess that bastard up good, shouts Emily. The hand turns back, pointing. Did you see that? We've got a goddamn dragon. Go! Now while the attention of these beings, Salamkra's voice echoes among your thoughts. Our debts are cleared, Watcher. Bartow turns from the carnage. Captain, we might not get another chance. All hands look to you. Well, cut the chatter. All hands brace for the storm. Bartow salutes. Aye, Captain. All hands to station and keep your eyes to work. We're going in. Andres Mortar looms before you and above you, dominating the whole of the world. Rain begins to fall. The storm of Andres Mortar encompasses the visible horizon. Hurricane winds roar like an imprisoned beast, blowing with enough force to warp the very seas. Past the curtain of rain and above the swell of waves, you can just barely perceive the outline of a colossal archipelago. You initiate the dive process with a mixture of hope, apprehension, and disbelief. Air hisses as the ballast tanks fill with air. Groans of pressure emanate from the sound somewhere in the hull, but your submersible gradually dips beneath the waves. You close your ears, and place your trust in the retiring engineering. Then, stemming the tie cord as a bolt goes flying like a popped button and hits the far wall with a loud ping. All is silent. Slowly but surely, the propeller spools to life and carries you forward beneath the storms. You navigate around the trunks of massive archipelagos, rising from the sea floor, but the work of crossing Andres Mortar is accomplished with ease. Finally, you spot the shape of a bulky landmass ahead. It's Ukaizo. You let out a sigh of relief. Ornate spires reach up from the island, hinting the city within. Not all of Ukaizo has weathered the millennia with equal grace. Other structures, like just jut out and lean out of the surrounding shallows, making the waters around the island impassable by ship. You resolve to take a skiff the rest of the way. I'd love a point to save game, just saying. Please let me fucking save before you attack me.
Hey.
It does, good. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed. In the next part, we'll continue on. See you guys then.